25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 days to go for the Trailblazers Conclave 4.0. We promise that we will reveal more details as we go on. And to do just that is the man in charge, Boria Majumdar. Boria, last time around you talked about the integration of parasport, Olympic sport and cricket. It started off as something that you wanted to take away from cricket and put the spotlight on other sports. This time around, we're talking about a perfect blend of all of those sports. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Trailblazers is growing. When we started Trailblazers with the one-day conclave in 23, you can only do so much in one day. We had about 15, 16 athletes under one roof in Calcutta. Even that is not something that you see in India. You do see conclaves, but you don't have athletes of the top draw, 15, 16 of them under one roof. Second year, we had about 20 of them. Year 3, we had about 20 plus athletes again, and we did for 2 days. This time round, we will have close to 30 athletes. 30 athletes spread over 3 days. We've added multiple different layers. So when you have a cricket, and I'll name some today, you also have other specialized domains. Take sports medicine. Whenever something happens to a Vinesh Fogart, a Rishabh Pant, a Shreyash Iyer, who do you talk about? Dinsho Padiwala. So I invited Dr. Padiwala, will you come? He generally does it. He's coming. So Dinsho Padiwala will talk about sports medicine. You talk about federations. The shooting federation is just doing a league. So you have a Kalikesh Singhdeo. Athletics, which will win India 20 plus medals. Shooting will win India 20 plus medals. So you have an Adil Sumariwala, the face of Indian athletics. You have a Kalikesh Singhdeo. There's one sport which is all about emotion is hockey. So you have a huge number of people from hockey. You have a Hardik Singh, Khel Ratna, Manpreet Singh, Rani Rampal, Vandana Kataria. You have the federation in Dilip Tirki, Bholanath Singh. So the idea is to celebrate multi-sport. You have, as I said, you have cricket. One interesting panel I'm looking forward to. If I ask you, Gargi, you were 1 year old at that point, maybe. But the one test match which I will never forget is the 2001 test match between India and Australia. You have watched footage, VVS Lakshman 281, Rahul Dravid 180, and he's doing this to the press box, to us, because we had asked questions. Australia, I mean, what a test match. Saurav Ganguly's highest moment as captain. After match fixing, the sport got a new infusion of life. This is the 25th anniversary. On the 15th of March, 25 years of that amazing India-Australia series. So we decided we'll celebrate with 25 years. It will be our plenary panel. So you have a Harbhajan Singh, 33 wickets in that series, the best Bhaji ever bowled. Zahir Khan, the Indian spearheaded, of course, Saurav Ganguly. So that will be our plenary panel. So when you talk about cricket and storytelling now, there is a panel called Kutti Stories with Ashwin. I was having a chat with Ash and he said, yeah, he's looking forward to as well. So there are plenty of cricketers. As I said, we will have a coach. You can guess who. 1 week after the World Cup, the one obvious name I will not name, you can. But there are many, many cricketers. Akash Chopra has become a sensation. So Akash will come and do a session on Akashvani. So there are these, whole lot of cricketers. Plus this year, Asian Games, Nikhat Zade. Hockey, I've already told you. Shooting, we have a Swapnil Kusale, we have a Kalikesh Singhdeo. Badminton, nobody better than Pulela Gopichan. So to answer your question, it's bigger, better, embellished, mesh. The biggest conclave that I have ever done. It's something, it's aspirational, it's inspirational, and it's audacious. Let's see if we are able to pull it together.
Let me bring cricket back into the conversation because look at the last 6 months, 6 to 7 months, we've seen a complete transformation in women's cricket in India. Before the World Cup, you called it multiple times women's cricket's 1983 moment, and then it finally happened. We were not expecting it, let's be very honest, but it happened. And look at the reception that Women's Premier League has gotten this time around. It's completely transformed from what it was in the past 3 or 4 editions. Your thoughts on bringing that into Trailblazers Conclave?
While I absolutely 100% agree, I'm also a little worried because in India, what we do with sports like women's cricket, and by the way, when I say cricket, for me, women's cricket is a different sport. It's not men's cricket. Even people don't know. I mean, right? You've played the sport, so you know. It's a different sport and we've got to treat it like that. My worry is, suppose India loses the T20 World Cup in England, there will be a downswing. Because हर देश में हम क्या बोलते हैं, अरे यार हार गया, वो तो fluke था. So all of this will come back. So what I've been telling everyone, including yourself, is let's build on this momentum. Let's take the sport to a high where the brand is already built. So it was very important to celebrate say a Saurav Ganguly with a Richa Ghosh. Celebrate a Mithali Raj and a Ravi Ashwin. Celebrate a Jhulan Goswami with, say, a Zahir Khan and a Harbhajan Singh. And that's the whole idea. Plus, what I think is essential for the women now they'll feel pressure. Before the World Cup on home soil, it was a different kind of pressure. But when these girls go to England for the T20 World Cup, pressure. So imagine a Richa Ghosh or a Pratika Rawal sitting with a Pulela Gopichandar and Abhinav Bindra and talking. Imagine one of them sitting with a Nikhat Zareen and discussing what pressure is, or with a Rani Rampal, or with an Anju George. So that's the whole idea of the Trailblazers Conclave. Women's empowerment has forever been at the core of it. We've diversified this year, so we have a panel on sports broadcast. What's the way forward, which you will host yourself. So there will be a gamut of women from Sonali to Ridhima to yourself. And we also have international broadcasters, Ashomna from Z Africa, for example. So what does the international market consume? So this year, it's bigger, better. The gamut is spread. New brands. Shapoorji, Pallonji, where we are at the moment. This is an integrated facility just about half an hour from Kolkata. Look at the sports facilities around. Community sport. There's football, there's cricket, there's futsal, there's table tennis, there's chess, there's billiards. So this is what it is. New brands have joined us with the vision of making it bigger and better. So the idea is to celebrate sport as a whole, not just elite high performance sport, while obviously the athlete remains at the core of it.
While we keep talking about the conclave, I'm glad that you brought this up because we are seeing a rise in amateur sports. We're seeing paddle, we're seeing pickleball. These kind of facilities, what do they do for communities?
Not just community, because see, one thing I for example think that Shapoorji Pallonji should do, and I was having a chat with Sriram Mahadev and we have done an interview as well. I think people have built real estate projects focusing on defense forces, focusing on corporates, focusing on high-end corporates and CEOs. I think people should do it for athletes. I think people should do a project for athletes where medal winners or would-be medal winners, champions of tomorrow. Imagine a project where 100 athletes come together. What's the conversation? What's the next gen? Imagine young people going out for a walk or playing, and all of a sudden you see champions next to you. What will that do? It becomes an aspirational story. When you played your sport, imagine a Mithali Raj and a Jhulan Goswami and people wandering around and taking a bat and showing, Gargi, this is how you do it. So if a project like that can be done in India, and these people can well take the lead, this is how it should be. Community sport, which will make India a healthier country, and the dialogue has to start. Because I know it's ambitious. I know these things haven't happened, but when we are aspiring to host an Olympic Games, a Paralympic Games, a Commonwealth Games has already come to India, I think it's now time to push the pedal. India becoming a sporting culture. Mansukh Bhandaria said top 10 in the world in 2036. The Prime Minister talks about it. It cannot just be talk. How do you do it? You only do it when you put more bodies on the line. What do I mean by that? If you have 100 table tennis players, you will have 2 of the top quality. If you have 1,000, you're sure of having top 5. So, and Abhinav keeps telling me this. Have 100 shooters on the line. Put more bodies on the line. You will see more champions coming. And community sport can start with real estate projects.
When we talk about chess, Boria, last time around we had D. Gukesh, the world champion. We had Vishy Anand, the legend. And we've seen this sort of transformation, revolution in Indian chess. It started with 2024, the Olympiad goals from the boys and the men's and the women's team. We also saw Gukesh winning the world championship. We saw Divya winning the world championship. What are the things that we're looking forward to in the Trailblazers 4.0 when we talk about chess?
And by the way, within the 10 days of Trailblazers is Prague's chance to make history in the candidates in Cyprus, because Indian chess has been superb. See, there was a tradition. There was a tradition with Sultan Khan in the 1930s. Sultan Khan had said that he's beaten Casablanca at that point. But thereafter, if you see, there were some good players like Praveen Thipse and others. But with Anand, Dibendu, obviously, very, very good. But with Anand, things became very different. 1987 World Junior Champion. Thereafter, 5 world titles. He's like the pivot. And all of these guys, whether it's an Arjun Erigaisi, whether it's Gukesh, whether it's Prague, with it, all of them, Prague now making the candidates, it's been stellar. But The point you mentioned Divya winning the world title. Koneru Humpy has done very well. The Olympiad gold. Tanya will be with us at the Trailblazers Conclave. She's now the voice of chess in many ways, Tanya Sachdev. So, chess is a featured sport because this is one sport where India has done exceedingly well. And as Gary Kasparov says, this is Vishy's children, right? These are all Vishy's children, and it's their time. I think India will dominate world chess. India will be there right there at the very top. And all of these guys, whether it's Hikaru, yes, Magnus is Magnus, but these guys are right up there. So I think it is absolutely imperative that we celebrate a sport like chess and the progress that we have made. 100 plus grandmasters, Gargi. Imagine the revolution that Indian chess has undergone. And Tata Steel, our presenting partners, have supported chess for the longest time. So in that sense, and we are here at the Shapoorji Pallonji facility where you and I are playing chess. It allows us, right?
Yeah.
So many people can play chess. So definitely a feature sport.
While we talk about celebrating sports other than cricket, we talk about empowerment. How can we not talk about para sports? Because one session that will remain with me for a very, very long time is Payal Nag. When she shot that arrow in front of all of us, I think all of us were teary-eyed in that room. And we've seen this revolution in para sports as well. Talk about Paralympics 2024. Talk about the Para Athletics Championships that we had in Delhi, 24 medals. This is an incredible revolution that we're seeing, the kind of attention that these para stars are getting.
100%. And people still don't know Payal Nag. And, first quadruple amputee athlete, the way she sort of shot that bullseye, unbelievable. And Rohan actually did a story with 3 more, armless archers coming through with Kuldeep Bedwan, making their presence felt. And imagine the grit, the resilience, the courage that it takes. We have always focused on parasport. Last year we had 10 Paralympic stars. This year we will have multiple stars. Sumit Antil, perhaps India's greatest Paralympic champion, a gold medalist, world record holder, multiple gold medalists, whether it's an Olympic gold, whether it's a world championship gold. We have our silver man in Yogesh Katuria. Yogesh has to win a gold for it. But Yogesh, again, multiple Paralympic silver medals, world championship silver. So Indian Paralympic sport has turned the leaf. London won with Shiva Keshavan. 2016, 4. Deepa, Devendra, Varun, and Mariappan. That became 19 in 2021, 19 in Tokyo, and thereafter 29 in Paris. My prediction is we might just touch 40 medals at LA. And the countdown has started. Asian Para Games this year in September, I think we will win 110 plus medals. And thereafter the cycle is Paralympic 2028. When India is bidding for an Olympic Games, it's also the Paralympic Games. I think India has the potential of being the top 10 in the world at LA. So we must celebrate. And for us, equality, sensitivity, celebrating disability, championing disability, and giving people a voice, empowerment. So Sumit Antil for me is as important as Neeraj Chopra. To have the two of them together, world champion, is always special. And that's the endeavor at Trailblazers.
And we treat everyone equally. We treat every sport equally, be it men's, women's, able-bodied, para sport.
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 6 people in Paris for the Paralympics.
Exactly.
People said, what are you doing? 8 journalists from India, 6 from Revsportz. We had 6 people at the Olympic Games. Navdeep still will tell us, "Arey, aapne sir hero bana diya." Ma kasam.
And a lot of people don't know that video of Navdeep
Ma kasam.
that went viral. It was ours. It was you talking to him.
How did it happen? We was doing an interview with Rohan.
Yeah.
So Rohan had finished the interview, and after that, Navdeep is a funny fellow. So after the conventional interview, this guy says, "Arey, aapko bola nahi main kya ho raha tha." And then he narrates that whole story. Maine coach saab ke paas gaya. Coach saab, maine kitna pheka? He said 47 point. He said, nahi ho sakta hai. He said, nahi, tumne. He said, khawma kasam. And I am listening to this guy. What is he saying? I said, yaar, tumne ye kyun nahi bola? So he said, ye kya bolna tha? I said, ye abhi bolo.
And then you made you say it.
And when the Prime Minister said to him, right, Makasam,
Yeah.
he said, "Arey, sir, after the hero bana diya mujhe." So that's how it happened with the Makasam story. But these are great moments.
Yeah.
Sumit Antil, after winning his gold, Trisha, me, Shormishtha, and Rohan, there was an Indian restaurant right next to the village. Sumit actually treated us. And I said, "Yaar, we'll treat you." He said, "नहीं नहीं sir, gold हर दिन थोड़ी मिलता है, चलो आपको सबको खाना खिलाते हैं." This was tremendous. And the whole spirit of camaraderie. Satyanarayana called us to the 25 medal celebration inside the village. I don't know how they got Shon Papri there in Paris. So we had Shon Papri in Paris celebrating the medals. Brilliant stories.
Incredible. And before we say goodbye to everyone who's watching, tell me a panel that you're really looking forward to in the next edition.
See, I don't want to name, but the World Cup ends on the 8th of March.
Right.
Now there'll be one man sitting in the hot seat. He wins the World Cup.
He's been sitting in that hot seat for a
Sitting
bit.
in the hot seat for a couple of years. He wins that World Cup. His white ball credentials will be unrivaled. He loses that World Cup. People will be out for his neck. So either way, he is your story. What is with this Indian campaign? Good, bad. So we will have that. It will be a Guru Gambhir captain.
Oh, you dropped the name. I was not expecting you to do that. I was not expecting you to do that. But he's revealed the big name. It's Gautam Gambhir, who will be gracing the Trailblazers Conclave 4.0. We'll keep continue and building and revealing everything that we have planned for the next edition. But till then, stay tuned. And a special mention and thank you to Shapoorji Pallonji for hosting us here. Thank you.